Retired English soccer player David Beckham has amazed the world with his impressive athletic skills and trendy haircuts for over 20 years. Maybe it's his out-of-this-world confidence, or the fact that he is the most recognizable midfielder of his generation. David Beckham fans, spectators, and casual observers are captivated by his constantly evolving style.
Weird thing, I guess you're a man, like you're not Rachel from Friends, and yet, whatever you do to your hair, it becomes a thing.
Yeah, it does, believe it or not.
Yeah. So
Some of them have been really bad.
So do you think ahead? Do you kind of go...
No, I don't. No, I don't. There's certain ones that I've just done just off the cuff.
So there's no shame in some of them. Before any of the hipsters were doing it...
I'm not ashamed of any of them.
Well, you should be ashamed of some of them. But before any of the hipsters were doing it, you had the top knot. There you go. Lovely. That's almost a practical thing.
That's not bad, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. This one... OK, what was going on here?
Yeah, that was maybe a bad decision.
Yeah.
It was a bad timing as well, because I was actually going to South Africa at the time with England, and I ended up meeting Nelson Mandela.
I know you did.
And the pictures that... So that's why I regret that.
There are other reasons, but we'll leave it at that.
Short haircuts like David's buzz cut are achieved by using clippers. Clippers are the preferred cutting tool used in men's grooming to achieve a variety of styles that would be impossible to achieve with scissors or shears. A free-spirited David rocking a mohawk at a press conference after a soccer match. The mohawk haircut has historical and cultural significance among indigenous communities, specifically the Mohawk tribe, who cut their hair in this unique way. A high fade is a classic men's haircut that never goes out of style. Good for all hair textures, high fades or skin fades are a great go-to for those who are interested in presenting a masculine image. One of David's favorite and most recognizable haircuts, the comb-over fade. Similar to the high fade, but the comb-over fade has hair on the top that is longer so that the hair can be styled or combed over. This is a great style for gents who don't mind haircuts that are high maintenance. With clipper cuts, a wide range of lengths can be created by adjusting the blade lever to open or close, and using attachment combs. For example, a 1-guard attachment leaves 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters of hair. A 2-guard attachment leaves 1/4 of an inch or 6 millimeters of hair. A 3-guard attachment leaves 3/8 of an inch or 10 millimeters of hair. A 4-guard leaves 1/2 inch or 13 millimeters of hair. A 5-guard attachment leaves 5/8 of an inch or 16 millimeters of hair. A 6-guard attachment leaves 3/4 of an inch or 19 millimeters of hair. The higher the guard, the wider it becomes, indicating the amount of hair that is left after usage. A 7-guard attachment leaves 7/8 of an inch or 22 millimeters of hair. An 8-guard attachment leaves 1 inch or 25 millimeters of hair. For more detailed cuts like fades, stylists use the half guard, which leaves 1/16 of an inch or 1.5 millimeters of hair. Then there's the 1.5 guard attachment. It leaves 3/16 of an inch or 4.5 millimeters of hair. Understanding the different attachment guards and the effects it will produce with your haircuts will bring you one step closer to creating your own David Beckham inspired haircuts. Pop quiz. If your client showed you this picture of how he wanted his haircut, which guard would you be more likely to use on the back and sides? The 8-guard or the 1-guard? If you said the 1-guard, give yourself a round of applause. Medium-length haircuts present a balance between minimal maintenance and style because they don't require as many trips to the barber compared to shorter styles. One of David's signature styles, the undercut, where the top is disconnected from the sides, blends the traditional and the contemporary. This look has the traditional short sides and the contemporary long top. Now this is how you make mullets great again. This was a popular haircut in the 1980s. Mullets are achieved by cutting the sides and top and leaving the back long. David is exemplifying the amazing versatility of a medium-length haircut. This time, he wears it slicked back with the side part. Here is David with long hair, extending the time that he has to go sit in a stylish chair. Looking too cool with this stylish man bun. No wonder David inspires millions in his fandom. He sits confidently and wears long hair with flair, while spectators continue to gather to gawk and stare. Observe the layers and highlights on display. Now it's time to hear what David has to say.
So we're going to start with the curtains.
Okay. The curtains.
Was big in the early 90s.
It was. Thank you for that, making me feel really old. Yeah, boy band hair was a big hit with my mum. My mum loved it.
And your mum was a hairdresser.
My mum was a hairdresser, still is a hairdresser, but she did finish cutting my hair when I was like 14. Kind of moved on to hairdressers that was called
Christmas
Nice
time?
One John. Christmas time, no.
Did she not ever like cut your hair then? When
No,
you just...
she didn't. 14 was like a cut-off point.
Okay.
It was a big moment.
Yeah.
Big moment.
So would you ever go back to this? So I feel like you're kind of...
I'm kind of not far from it, to be honest. But probably not. I'm, slightly older now, so I might have to, be a little bit more mature about it.
Matured, exactly. Yeah. This is one of my favourites.
Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
It's very Rod Stewart.
It is.
Yeah.
And probably most of the guys at school had this haircut.
They did. A lot of people in Japan had that
really?
as well when it was like World Cup time.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people in Japan with that haircut. I quite liked it, but
it is a good haircut.
It is.
Also, isn't it a bit weird seeing people with your haircuts?
A little bit. A little bit. It's kind of nice though.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
me
a good
laugh.
compliment.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about it.
We've got this one, which I feel like you probably had for the longest. Because I think there was one point where you had something like 5 different haircuts over 18 months.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I quite like this one because it's very classic. And I'm of the age now where I need to start being slightly more, on the classic side more than anything, more mature. So I like that one. I think I'll go back to that one at some point.
It's a nice one.
Yeah.
It's like the faux hawk long quiff
I kind
on
of like
top.
it actually.
What's been your least and what's been your favourite haircut? Favourite and least favourite haircut?
I think the one that I said where I'm going to go back to at some point, side parting, bit of a quiff.
Yeah.
Longer on top and shorter around back and sides, but not too drastic because, like I said, I'm getting, I'm 42 now, so I have to grow up a little bit and be more mature. Least favourite, I would just have to say the cornrows because I did it in the summer. Happy, sun's out, on holiday, south of France, actually where I had them done. I thought it was a good idea, but then playing football and header in the ball, not a good idea.
Oh gosh,
very
doesn't that
painful
hurt as well? Yeah.
Very painful. Painful having it done as well.
Yeah, really painful having it done.
And also meeting someone like Nelson Mandela and looking back at the
just
pictures.
The best, by the way.
Probably the biggest regret, I would say.
So not many people have managed to succeed in the sport world, as well as maintaining the ability to capture the interest of so many people. Why do you think people are so interested and were so interested and are still so interested?
I don't know. I really don't. I think, obviously on the sports side, I've played for so many different teams. Obviously Manchester United for so many years in England, and then obviously moving to Madrid for 4 years, then going to America.
Yeah.
Also coming back and playing for AC Milan, and then finishing my career at PSG. It's kind of there's a global kind of feel there. So, I've gained a lot of fans from obviously playing for different teams. So I think that's part of it. But I think it's also changing hairstyles.
Yeah.
Changing, whether I have a beard, whether I don't have a beard.
Yeah.
There's so many things that I've kind of done naturally over the years that have probably just kept people interested, and I think that's maybe part of it. I don't know.